Mr. Kamal Hassan will be talking to you about 30 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, a quarter century ago, I would have been the most unlikely candidate to talk on the subject I am given today. And democracy and your rights, civil rights, cannot be kept in a vault to be later collected at your convenience. Constant vigil is required. But later on, as I realized life and the difference between fact and statistics. Statistics is something that's told to me. Fact is something that I realize. Here is probably my strongest first political step. And with that, my journey started becoming more and more precarious. My criticism towards religion in politics became stronger. I belong to a very religious Vaishnavite family. I was a very religious kid. I lost my gods, but I found myself. If somebody asked me my name, I'll say, why should I tell you? They'll say, I want to know. My son, I want to know. Probably I don't have a name. I don't have a name in my dreams. I'm just me. Treat me as I am. Conversation over. I don't want. For those aspiring actors, directors, writers, come into cinema, it will tell you what to do. Actors will become directors, directors will become actors, and writers will become producers, directors, or remain writers. It's up to you. But cinema will teach you what you're capable of. Thank you.
Now the next thing is, Mr. Kamal Hassan will be talking to you about 30 minutes on a separate speech. Actually, that's from now till 4:30. There will not be any question and answer because we don't have the time. So, depending upon his convenience, it will be about 20-25 minutes.
Talking eloquently about each subject. So I'll keep it short. 30 is their aspiration. 15 is what my respiratory system will allow. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, a quarter century ago, I would have been the most unlikely candidate to talk on the subject I am given today. The reason is that it's not that I had not found my politics, but politics had not yet found me. I'll elaborate a little later. Like all artists, European artists of the 30s, who thought politics was not eclectic enough to indulge in. It was infra-dig for them. They kept away from it at their peril. I was very similar to that because my film education and my extramural education, I didn't go to any college, so it all happened outside of the college campus. Keep the government running. Other than that, my views on politics were imitation of what I've heard. I thought it's a playground for power-mongering charlatans. That's it. And you need them. They'll do the civil work for me while I go about my art and life. Like the last resort is politics. Ambrose Bierce, another American writer, embellished it, made a correction of Mark Twain's statement and said, "You're wrong, Mr. Mark Twain. It is not." So like most upper middle class communities. I took keen interest in politics through newspapers. You read the newspaper, you read the editorial, and if something is amiss, there is corruption, they'll expose it. And then there will be an inquiry commission, and it will be taken care of. If there is any local, topical misdemeanor that I'll have to report, I can always write a letter to my editor. And this kind of calm, an agreement between the governing group and myself, it's uneasy calm. It prevailed only for a very short while. I realized their omnipotence when it started affecting my art. I thought they can't touch it. They did. And then through it, my philosophy, my beliefs, and my life itself. As a cinema technician, I grew up awake and asking questions. So we can also imitate that. We refuse to go to war, we burn the draft, we can do that. And we thought it's nice, we have a buffet of ideologies to choose from. Philosophies, religion, it's a choice, you can choose. Or choose not to choose and be without gods. And mythology is something that you can expand, explain in your contemporary language and terms. This is what I thought. This is the temporary political stance that the world is taking, and soon they'll come back to reason. I was waiting for that to happen. And they also assured the age of the dictator is finished. It won't happen again. That's what I did. I applauded. I applauded and thought it cannot happen. Not in this digital era. But then I realized democracy is not infallible. It is only through democracy a dictator like Hitler rose to power. It's not infallible, and democracy and your rights, civil rights, cannot be kept in a vault to be later collected at your convenience. Constant vigil is required. Democracy is something you keep alive by giving your breath to it. Breathe on it so that he did not teach me. Like all teenagers of my time, icon bashing was a great sport. Anything up there, we have to bring it down. Anything that is holy, we'll have to question. And you're not answerable to some of those questions that come from that direction. So cocky was I that if somebody asked me my name, I'll say, why should I tell you? They'll say, I want to know. My son, I want to know. Probably I don't have a name. I don't have a name in my dreams. I'm just me. Treat me as I am. Conversation over. I don't want to talk to you. You're boring. That's the kind of teenager I was. Nothing wrong with that. It sort of led me into a lot of debates and sometimes quarrels, and sometimes a bloody nose. It happened. But later on, as I realized life and the difference between fact and statistics. Statistics is something that's told to me. Fact is something that I realized. The moment I realized that, all my selected heroes fell. The only one that stood upright was Mr. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. And the first thing I did was to remove that arrow behind his head and throw it away. I made him my friend. I made him my research material. And that made me make Hey Ram. Hey Ram is probably my strongest first political step. And with that, my journey started becoming more and more precarious. I put the notes down because I remember it by heart by now, because it happened to me. It was all sweat and tears. My voice for plurality, my voice for a secular India was looked upon with raised eyebrows. Some tried to stifle it. I met with a very nasty accident in a film shooting. My empathy towards a building and the faith and my criticism towards religion and politics became stronger. We can see shades of that in Hey Ram. I belong to a very religious Vaishnavite family. I used to recite shloks when I was 3. My father used to show me off as a show monkey. He just has to touch me and say Manisha Manchaka, which is not a Vaishnavite idea, but I will say it so to please his higher friends. And then when the Aingars came, he would say Suprabhatam, Sahasranamam. I said all that. I was a very religious kid. Till my environment taught me Tamil Nadu. I am thankful for that. And the man through whom I got those things actually trained in Kerala. He is called Vaikam Veera Periyar. I lost my gods, but I found myself. Another thing, by the time I was 40, I decided not to decry somebody else's religion, because it is the most popular way of psychotherapy in a nation which is slowly going mad. But instead of that, it's now being used to make it worse. It could be a great psychiatrist's couch, whichever religion. You can lean back on it and sort of console yourself. Somebody asked me in Harvard, what about tolerance? You would ask your God, how will you be able to tolerate? I said, tolerance is overrated. Accepted. And that's what happened during Hey Ram. And that was my first step towards politics. And then after Hey Ram, my life became different. My film art life became different. I found it difficult to find producers, financiers who would work with me because I'm dangerous. And I started producing on my own. Again, politics interfered. And it's not ideological politics, but very avaricious politics which wanted to make money out of my film. They wanted to buy my film, and it was a business disagreement, but they went at me with all their political might. That's what I meant when I said in my previous speech that you must affect politics before its ill effects are felt upon yourself. Even then I thought going to the polls and doing my duty would suffice. It won't. Inventions should be used for a better life of man, of telephone, of telephony, digital telecommunication. All that should be used for better purpose. Electronic voting machines are here or being tampered with. So what happens to my democracy? That's a question all of us will have to ask. Another thing, and that's the voice you are hearing now, the echo of Spartacus. All of you should say, I am Spartacus. I have found my politics. Please find yours. Then we'll find United India. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your invaluable time and powerful words. We are so honored to have you here. Thank you.